right. Welcome to another Woods Report. So tonight is recap for Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 6.
I'm about to say goodbye to that show. That show is... I'm thinking our recaps and our reviews will hopefully help.
I fought through it.
It's just not...
This might be the last season for me.
Ooh, they pulling.
They may come back in the next few... They got a few more episodes.
I don't even see nothing happening.
Okay,
they would have to make believe issue that happened.
Okay. So here we go. So they start off with... you know how they do those little quick scenes when they first come on? Mm-hmm. They have Candy with Ace. And he's learning Japanese.
He's so cute.
Wasn't that cute? He's so cute.
He's adorable.
Then they switch over to Sanya with her family.
Is it Sanya?
It's Sanya. We kept saying Sonya.
Okay.
Like Tanya.
Like Tanya.
But her name is Sanya.
Like our friend Tanya.
Yes, Sanya.
But we've been calling her Tanya.
Yeah, it's
for
Sanya.
Years.
And with her family, and her little boy is cute too.
Mm-hmm.
Got him with her husband that we love. We love her husband.
Uh-huh.
Then we got Marlo on the phone with Kenya.
You just mentioned her name and I'm laughing. Marlo is a mess.
They plotting about how they need to cheer Sheree up.
Yeah. It caught a few of them by surprise seeing her cry.
They decided that they'll have like a little girls thing. Not a little girls thing, a ladies thing, lunch or
just
something.
To bring her over to cheer
and
her
it'll
up.
be just the single women because the married women on the show can do whatever they want.
They kind of threw shade about some of the stuff that Candy was doing with them as married couples, and Kenya then was like, really?
Right.
We're single.
So now we go to Sheree.
Divorce. Almost divorce.
We go to Sheree in her house, and her daughter, Taria, shows up.
Yeah.
And she talks about how Tyrone called her, and he was acting like wasn't nothing going on. He was like, hey, what's up? Now, this man then left you in Philadelphia, sitting in a restaurant,
I'm thinking it's something
crying at the table, and he had the nerve to call and say, hey, what's up?
Nothing ever happened.
I told you, because he was incarcerated. And somebody found out. Now, again, I don't know. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. We're not the 10 o'clock news here. I'm just going by what somebody said.
10 o'clock news is wrong.
True. That he was in jail. They've been in this relationship since 2010. So it's been over 10 years.
I told you that.
And he's been in prison.
A lot in this
He's
man.
been in prison for a long time. So he's a nut job.
You know what? That's not right.
I won't say he's a nut job.
That's not right, because we know some people in our lives,
right,
who are ex-convicts.
But you
don't even use that word anymore.
You don't say that, no.
What we say?
Repatriates. So what you need to do is you got to come back and get
baby steps.
You got to come back and work your way back into society.
Whew.
And he's not there yet. That's what I'm saying. Who would call somebody and say, what's up, after you done left them in another city and sitting at a table?
Sitting at a table, all gorgeous, down. Somebody must have caught her on video, too, because they said, we saw you.
Oh, they caught her on video. Yeah. Crying at the table. So she got mad and hung up on him. And then he texted her, and he's been trying to call her, and she said she's not answering his phone calls.
Yeah, she's going back and forth because she's put so much in this relationship.
So she's talking with her daughter. She has on her little silk pajamas, and she's eating, and her daughter's like, you need to leave the house, Mom. And she's like, I'm not leaving the house. I'm not ready to go out.
Like most people would be if they got stood up by somebody that they really love.
Her daughter says, Mom, you need to move on. You really too hot to be putting all your energy and time and everything into this man. So then she says, I've invested too much in him.
Yeah, she has.
Now, how many of us women, this is a downfall of a lot of women, and I've been guilty of this myself.
Okay.
When you feel like you have invested all your time and energy into someone, and you feel like there's potential in them, and you feel like if you leave, that they somehow not going to make it, or they not going to get to the potential they supposed to, and you wasted all your time and energy to get them there, or you think when you leave, that's when they'll get there. And all the years you was with them struggling. So it's like wait and exhale. when she was with Angela Bassett, was struggling with her husband. She was his secretary. I was your secretary.
Worked that business, that company together.
Remember? And I did all this. And then as soon as you make it, you leave me and you go with somebody else. So I think that's what she thinks. I think that's what she thinks. I stuck with you while you was in prison.
Sweat and tears.
You was in prison. Nobody wanted you. Now you out and about, which Candy thinks he's sleeping with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But now you out. Now you out. And now all of a sudden you a hot commodity.
Because people even make comments about, we don't say ex-cons. I have to say
repatriates.
Repatriate. I can't think of that word. I'm just saying used to be in prison. They find Jesus in prison. And will they keep Jesus when they get out of prison?
Right.
Because you're in prison, you really have nothing else but to lean on Jesus.
Well, I told you what they do. They stare at this. This is the wall, and this is them. And somebody come and say, you want to go? Somebody say, you want to
the yard, and they eat, and they go to the library, and they do go places within the prison cells.
Somebody come up to them and say, do you want to go to Bible study? And they say yes.
And see the people coming in, the missionaries and all that.
All right, so now we go to Kenya, and she's having lunch with Drew. I don't know where this came up. The producers must have put this batch together. So then I'm like, are they friends now or what? And then last year, I guess
we call any of them friends.
I guess last season they hated each other or whatever. Okay, I didn't watch last
reality
season.
TV.
Okay,
they so behind the scenes,
right? So they have a lunch, and Kenya tells Drew that Brooklyn spent the first night with Mark for the first time. Spent the night with Mark for the first time.
Right.
And so she's happy about that. She wants her to have a relationship with her dad.
Yeah. And that's a good thing.
Then they talk about the trip that they went on to New York. And Kenya brings up again how ratchet it was that Candy had these panties. Now, these vibrating panties. Now, do you notice that they making Candy look like a whoremonger this season?
Yes.
Bravo doing that on purpose.
That's not right.
That means Candy must have told them this her last season. So they like, we're going to send you out in the bag.
Yeah, they've been giving her a bad.
Oh, they on Candy. They on Candy this season. And they ain't never been on Candy. Now all of a sudden she's a whore, she's this, she's that. Okay. They sitting around in style. That's what I'm saying. They doing it.
Girl, though.
Okay. So then they talk about that. They talk about the sex toys. It was ridiculous.
For the single women.
For anybody, they thought it was ridiculous.
Drew, did she make a comment about Drew's husband?
About somebody, about Sonia. Somebody kept beeping Sonia's panties and all this other stuff. Just thought it was over the top.
It's a cute ideal.
No, it's not.
I mean, the way it went, I just thought it was a cute ideal if it was couple to couple.
No, it's not.
And just couples only.
No.
Why not?
Why would somebody want to have an orgasm in front of everybody?
Not an orgasm.
That's what the vibrating panties do.
I thought it was just buzzing on you, and then you have to keep would you stop buzzing? Because she wasn't having no orgasm, so right. I don't know what you're saying.
Remember I told you that person in the comments said that you was naive.
You know what?
They gonna be right back saying that again.
I can tell y'all when she was on camera, she was acting really good to have one. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. We don't know what they did behind closed doors.
All right. Okay. So now we go with they're talking about the sex toys. Okay. Now Sonia surprised Drew. She said that when she brought up about her not being a close friend and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that surprised her.
Okay.
So now Kenya is telling more information on that. She kind of instigating between the whole Drew and the Sonya thing.
I don't even know where that came from.
Nowhere. This is the producers trying to drum up beef.
The whole purpose of why Sanya was upset with Drew had nothing to do with Sanya.
Right.
Drew.
But Kenya was drumming up stuff. She was drumming up stuff.
You know, she was putting her hands into Sheree's face, not Sanya.
Right. So then Kenya tells Drew about the upcoming photo shoot that Sonya invited them to. Mm-hmm. And then Drew said, I'm not going.
She was invited.
She said, I'm not going. She said, I was invited, and then I got a text uninvited me. And then that's what Kenya was like, she uninvited you? I've never heard of that. She uninvited her to the party.
Because, Drew and Sanya being friends, she knew about the the photo shoot beforehand.
Right.
Because they're friends.
So before they finished their lunch, Drew asked Kenya, can she unblock her on Instagram? See, that's what I'm saying. They're not friends. For Kenya to have Drew blocked on Instagram,
and need some help to put her back on.
That means that last season she couldn't stand Drew. So all of a sudden they friends now. See, that's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. TV. Okay, so now we go to Sanya's photo shoot. The Mommy Nation is the name of the group. It's a blog. And Candy shows up, and then Kenya shows up, and then Sanya tells them that she wants them to model. Candy knew already, and Kenya didn't know. So Kenya was like, did you call my agent about this? And now they
throwing shade. Candy throwing shade at Kenya will have to get paid for everything she does.
But here's the thing: shouldn't you get paid if you do a photo shoot?
You should.
If you're a celebrity.
But you know what? By them being all in the circle of this housewives thing.
So I wonder if they sign a contract.
It's pretty much what Marlo said later.
What did she say?
She was throwing shade about the reason why she had Candy and
because they got
Instagram. They got a large following.
Okay, you're right.
She's trying to build her business.
You're right, but
she don't need the other ladies on there.
So then, not only did she tell them they was gonna be modeling sweatshirts and sweatpants, which they was like, okay, that we thought we'd be modeling something a little bit better.
Different about
she told them they was gonna be on the Black Friday sale page.
Yes.
So they're not even on the real; they on the discount page. And these celebrities,
they've been downsized to
the sale, the Friday sale. So Kenya said, for this time I'll waive my fee and I'll do it.
Yes.
So now we go to her telling them about she wants to have a Jamaican food party.
And that sounds good.
Okay.
Cooking. Showing them how to.
And she asked, Kenya asked, are you going to invite Drew? And she said, yes, I'll invite Drew. Kenya once again throws shade and tells Sanya what Drew was saying about her at the lunch.
Yeah.
Trying to throw some shade in there.
And I kind of see what is the comment Drew made, that she can't think for herself or something. I kind of see what she's saying in a way, because Sanya is trying to think to build her business.
Right.
And she's taking comments from everybody else. So she, in a sense, can't think for herself as far as their relationship.
Right.
So Drew is right on that.
Well, I just think that this whole show is forced
producer problem.
It's forced drama.
It's just weird.
It's forced. It's not even natural.
It's
forced.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like if somebody don't never say nothing to you, and then all of a sudden they say, "Did you hear what Dorothy said about you?" And you'll be like, first of all, we don't even talk.
Yeah.
So why are you saying that to me? It's forced drama. It's forced. So now we go over to Marlo, and they talking about having this charade cheer up party, right, in her home. She wants to have an in-home shopping spree with Fendi,
but and she says charge her, not pay for.
Well, she said she has Fendi president on speed dial, and he just answers the phone whenever she calls.
It was a nice little idea,
right?
But the fact that Cherie was like, "You could have paid for some of this if you was cheering me up."
Right.
Use my card.
So
over $11,000.
Kenya and Cherie decide to throw this party.
Yeah.
So when the day of the party comes, Marlo calls Kenya, and Kenya answers the phone. You talking about you sick?
Doing this.
Yeah, we keep going.
Okay.
So how can you do that and say that you're sick? Oh boy. Let's wait for it to come back on. It's on now, probably, while we're talking. But this thing is a lap, see? So we're talking about it not being on, but it's on.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it don't matter. So anyway, she says, how can you have a full face of makeup on and you coughing? So then
she got upset about that, because it was really part of her idea.
It was her idea.
So she sent Drew over?
She sent Drew over to bring the food and stuff that she was supposed to bring.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we go to the same thing the same day.
But you had to hurry and get out of there, so.
Well, yeah, that's true. While we're doing that, they go over to Sanya grocery shopping with her mom.
Yes.
And they're buying the Jamaican
all the items that some of you may know if you're cooking
jerk and curry and all this,
yes,
and
yes.
Scotch bonnet pepper and all this other stuff.
Naming all the ingredients.
Did you notice that Sanya had an accent when she was with her mom?
Yes.
I noticed that with West Indies. My friend does that.
Yes.
I have a friend he's my friend
who know
and
speak the language.
And he's West Indian.
Yes.
He talks regular when he's around us.
You don't hear no accent like Idris.
Yeah, but when he gets on the phone and he's with his mom, that accent come out real strong.
One of my coworkers.
That's funny, isn't it?
You wouldn't hear her accent, her West Indian accent. In fact, she's from Africa, North Africa, and they have a West Indian accent because her background is that.
Oh, even though she's from Africa.
Yeah, they were in Liberia at the
Okay.
time. She grew up in Liberia and came over here. But no one ever knew she had a West Indian background until she got on the phone with her grandmother.
Yeah.
And she was a little upset. It came out. And people stood by the cubicle. I didn't know so-and-so was West Indian. She's Jamaican. Yes.
Right.
And it came out strong.
So when they're around like their parents or other people like that, they get that accent.
That's fine. That's fine.
So I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't even trying, it was just natural.
Idris when he gets tossed to his
He
family.
talks normal. He talks that British accent just regular.
Just regular, yeah.
When he's not playing a character.
Acting,
and that's why it seems weird.
He didn't on The Wire.
But I'm saying The Wire and all of that is the fake accent.
Yeah.
That's him being American.
Yes.
But his normal talk
He talks normal.
Yeah,
you're right,
British.
You're right.
Okay, so then while she's there, she tells her mom that Drew sent her text saying she's not coming to her party. And talking about, or whatever. She don't want her fake or whatever.
She can't think for herself.
She can't. She don't want to be around fake or whatever.
That's gonna make her mom mad.
And her mom said she don't want none of this. So then then they kept on playing that over and over again.
Yeah, like echo.
And then they kept doing the echo. And then they kept bringing the camera in. It's like, come on, y'all.
They forcing that.
Y'all forcing this
that
to be
little
a
bit
drama.
of drama you can find.
She don't want none of this. 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 Like, what the? And then the next mango. She don't want none of this. None of this. None of this. You took all of that from that one line. She don't want none of this.
And echoed it.
I should have themed this. She don't want none of this.
Yeah, you should.
Because that's the big thing that was there on that thing.
She don't want none of this.
She don't want none of this.
Yes.
And then Sanya says she don't want Shania to show up. They don't want Shania to grow up with her Jamaican accent.
And then the echo again.
Grow up, show up, show up, show up. I'm like, all right, Atlanta Housewives.
Oh, bravo. I can't say bravo for that one.
Yeah. All right, so then, but they were still being the other character, the seventh character of this year.
Okay.
Okay, so now we go to Drew showing up at Marlo's house, bringing the items that Kenya sent her. First thing Marlo says is, why do you have white eggs? She wanted brown eggs. And then Drew was like, girl, if you don't let me get in this house, come on in this house.
Thank you.
They was making cupcakes.
Yeah.
So then they start talking while they're making cupcakes. And that's when you heard Marlo say that they wasn't invited to the photo shoot because they don't have enough followers on Instagram.
And Sanya, her whole thing was trying to build her business.
And you can tell that Marlo was mad that Candy was invited, and she was throwing shade at Candy.
Yeah.
Talking about she don't even talk to Candy. She don't even. Candy ain't got no personality.
For this long time.
And she like, Candy mean. Candy, don't nobody. Why would anybody invite Candy anywhere? Like she just dogging Candy out.
Her out. That whole episode, Marlo dogged Candy out.
Man. Okay, so then Drew. That's when
nothing new.
Right.
Okay.
And then I told you that's when Drew texted that she wasn't coming to Sonya's dinner. Okay. She don't want none of this. All right. So then we go to Sheree at home eating her potato chips with salt.
And
is it salt, vinegar, or just salt? Sea salt. Sea salt. And she was
crunch.
This is how you know the show is gone. When you show a scene of her eating
her
sea salt potato chips and talking about them.
In her pajamas.
in her pajamas.
Crunch, crunch.
Crunch,
I
crunch.
have nothing else to do.
So then Marlo calls her on the phone and says, what you doing?
I got a car out there waiting
I got
for
a
you.
car waiting on you. Get dressed and get in the car. Well, what is it for? Don't worry about it, B. Just come on out and get in the
They're
car.
so quick to call each other
Right,
names,
right.
aren't they?
So she gets
To
in the
say, look
car.
out at the car and say, oh, it's not a limo, but
But it's
a
okay.
car. It's a car.
So Sheree gets dressed and she goes out, gets in the car. The car guy tells her to put on a blindfold. And of course she's fussing
like
about,
a lot of black
that's
women,
going to mess up my hair, that's going to mess up my eyelashes.
In the other show we talked about my hair. Ooh, that's my eyelashes. Ooh.
And Sheree said, why would you have somebody get dressed up just to put a blindfold on and mess up their makeup
Okay.
and their hair?
But she didn't want to know when she was going.
So she complained the whole way with the driver as she was going there. So then she finally gets there. Marlo kicks Drew out the house real quick.
She went out the back door, didn't she?
She said, I feel like like we having an affair or something.
Right.
Cause Sheree shows up and they all frantic and she pushing Drew out the back door.
Because they not the best.
They not friends, so she don't want her there. Plus she's married. She didn't want no married people there at this party.
Yeah, that's true.
So Sheree comes in, she's excited, they take the blindfold off. She lets Sheree, she says, all this, Fendi. Shop till you want to.
It was nice.
So Sheree thought she was going to give her a gift.
Wouldn't you think that?
So as Sheree picking out items,
yes,
Marlo taking pictures of her.
Look
at that nice, that
this
purse.
Look good on you, girl.
That look good. Try this scarf on. Oh, those glasses are nice. Put this thing on.
Cute little purse.
Name it. Putting all this stuff on
nice
her.
little item.
She said, "Okay, the bill come up to." And then Bravo ran the bill. The Bravo ran the bill, and it was $11,000. And Sheree was like, she gonna invite me over for a shopping spree and then make me pay for it.
Now, that was dirty.
So that was Marlo. Marlo acted up.
Better than that, Marlo.
Marlo acted
messy
up.
This
so then
episode. She
decided that while they were sitting down having their little girls talk, that she would confront her about still holding on to Tyrone.
Letting go.
So she was saying, you need to let go.
Letting go.
She said, you need to let go.
That's hard to do.
And she told her, you need to block his number so he can stop calling you. And Sheree told her, I don't want to let go. I can't let go. Yeah. And she starts crying.
Yeah.
So then Marlo hugs her and they start acting like, let it out. I don't want to have to go through this again with you. You need to do what I'm telling you. Yes. And then Sheree pretty much said, I don't know. So she not. You already know she's not.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
So now we go to Sonya's party the next day. Kenya said the cooking party. And it's real nice. She got a drummer to come there.
And to give the effect of the Jamaican.
And they have all the decorations with the beautiful flowers. And it makes you feel like you're in Jamaica.
Yes, yes.
And
even aprons, gave them aprons.
When they all got there. And even coming into the place was like sand. It was like on the beach or something. It was sandy and all this. So then they show up. Marlo is walking in heels. And her heels is going into the dirt, and she complaining, saying that why would somebody invite somebody somewhere? And why would you wear heels?
Thank you.
So that's number one. And then
that wasn't her house, right?
No, it was at a thing.
They wanted to see her house,
and she said no, she getting her house remodeled.
Candy said, "I want to see your house."
Yeah. So Kenya shows up. Apparently, she's still sick. She coughing.
Yeah, and everybody's like, whoa.
Right. And you already said that Sonya made them aprons.
Yeah.
And her mother...
and Candy brought her mom, too.
Oh, Candy brought her mom.
They met her
and then you notice Marlo made, when they was talking about plantain, I thought about you because you don't like that kind of plantain.
Because she was telling her to get the yellow.
She told her to get the yellow and it needs to be brown.
I like green.
The North like the, and that's what Kenya
said.
Kenya said, I normally get the green ones. And her mother said, oh, no.
I don't like plantain.
You don't like the soft. That's the way they like it.
No, I don't like it sweet.
You like plantain. You don't like the soft plantain.
No, I don't like.
I'm sorry.
You're right. I like plantain.
You're making me mess up.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't like the
I don't like
yellow.
It sweet. Yeah, no.
And then when it's brown, it's real mushy. Yeah. And that you don't like that.
No.
But that's how they eat it.
I like it green.
Yeah, but that's how the West Indians
And I like to fry it with my meat and my...
She was frying it too, but...
Puerto Rican style.
No, they was frying it too, but it was just softer.
Yeah. Okay.
So then now we get to...
she had curry, chicken.
She had all kinds. She had Jamaican. And they had to cook it. They cooked it.
And the rice. And
she wanted them to cook it.
Yeah, they cut up the thing. I was surprised they did it.
Girl.
It got made. We're not talking about the Dubai. Because they got made.
No. These
ladies cut their own food up.
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay. That's one big thing.
So now they start arguing. Kenya, Sheree, and Marlo.
What they
Sheree
needed to
is
do that for,
upset.
because they knew she was sick. So why fuss at her?
Sheree is upset that Kenya didn't show up to her get the girl thing with her and Marlo, and so they start yelling back and forth. And she said, "You had on full glam, and if you were sick." And then Kenya said, "Because I was going to the doctor, I told y'all that." And then Marlo said, "Yeah, but you didn't go or whatever." And then Kenya was like, "Well, I said I was going to go," and all this other stuff. Just yelling.
It didn't make sense. Yelling, to argue about that.
Yelling at the top of their lungs, and Mama Joan comes in and yells at them and tells them to shut up.
Yes.
And Kenya said, "Okay, Mama Joan," and they all be quiet.
Yeah.
Now, this how you know it's fake. You notice when Mama Joan came and yelled at them, it stopped, and then they all start talking normal again. Now, if I'm yelling at somebody,
I'm really heated.
If I'm heated and
like
I'm yelling at
on
you,
the Love and Marriage, DC.
If I'm yelling at you and I'm in a heated argument and somebody come in and tell me to be quiet, I may be quiet. But I'm not going to just start talking normal again.
Well, apparently the one in the Love and Marriage with DC, Ashley, she didn't stop.
Yeah.
And even when Urana was screaming for them to stop.
Right, they still didn't stop.
Ashley was still hot.
So then we go
and that's how it normally is when you heat it.
So then we go to Cherie. Now she want to get on Candy and say, "Candy, I didn't know you knew about Tyrone standing me up." And then she said,
knew the whole story.
Yeah. She said, "Well, why didn't you?" Sheree said, "Why didn't you call me?" And Candy said, "Well, I didn't know if you wanted me to know. I didn't want to get in that if you didn't want me to know." And she said, "But you knew and you didn't call me." All this stuff, just stupid.
It's real petty.
And so
they're really finding little nitpicky stuff.
And then she said, "So you out of all people should know what I was talking about." Now you remember on the last episode I said we didn't know if Candy's daughter's father, we knew he went to jail, right? But we didn't know if she was still talking to him. Apparently she was, because they said on this one, you out of all people should know what I'm going through talking to somebody while they're in prison. So he was in prison when Candy was still talking to him.
Okay.
So that answers that story.
Was she talking to him because of the daughter? Because I don't think Candy was trying to get with him.
I don't know. But just the fact that talking to somebody that was in...
talk to the dad to try to make amends with the daughter and keep that going.
So now they go... Marlo says, "Come on, Sheree, let's go outside and talk."
And everybody kind of looking at that like, when they become friends.
Yeah. And they threw some shade at Sonya, but I can't remember what it was.
What was the shade?
It was something, because remember, Sonya got mad. You could tell she was unhappy.
What did they say about Sonya?
I forgot what it was, but I can't remember. Somebody remember, put it in the comment section.
Whatever
it was, it made her upset and it made her mom upset. And Marlo said, "Let's go outside." Her and Sheree went outside.
Well, I know Marlo was upset that Sanya is just using people to get her business.
Oh, that's it. They started talking. No, you just said it. You brought up about them. She only invited Candy and Kenya because of the Instagram.
I got close to you ladies, that's why I brought you over. That was BS.
And she said that's why Sanya got mad, because Marlo said you only invited them because of that.
You don't want to admit that on TV. Yeah. I know, but come on, girlfriend.
So when they went outside, Kenya said, "Oh, I see now nasty Marlo is back." The old Marlo. She said, "I didn't know how long it was going to take for her to come back, but she back now."
She's always been back.
So Marlo went outside.
Marlo
went outside, and she was talking with Sheree, and Marlo...
she lit into Candy. She just went ugly.
She called Candy a hoe.
That was really ugly.
She said she didn't slept with everybody in Atlanta. Don't nobody want her. All kind of stuff. Once you was used up by the used up, then they tossed you out, and then this. She was like going hard. Yeah. And then she went in on Kenya. Yeah. She called her a video hoe. Yeah. She said she slept with every rapper
back in there, because when she was a Miss America,
she said she slept with every rapper. She a hoe too. I was like, what is Marlo doing?
Well, Marlo was too. That's what always been the big sugar daddy issues with her. Who she with now? What old man is she with now? That's been a running thing for how many seasons?
And later on, I saw recently, people asked Candy what she think about it. Of course, she don't like seeing this episode and hearing Marlo call her a hoe, and Kenya don't like it either. So Marlo has made some enemies with this episode.
Maybe they told her to do that.
I don't know.
Because they needed some.
If they did tell
was too
her,
many kumbaya moments.
if they did tell her, Marlo should have told Candy and them before this episode aired that I called you a hoe.
Oh, maybe they didn't want her to tell. And that's why they wanted her
to get more drama.
Yeah,
probably.
Don't plan it. Let's make this.
Marlo trying to keep that peach.
Yeah,
she got that peach. She trying to keep that peach.
She broke the after the Andy Cohen.
Yeah,
she brought it. I got a peach.
She's trying to keep that peach, so she gonna do whatever she need to do to get it.
She ain't even married.
I know. So now, towards the end of the party, Drew shows up.
You see her? They showing her feet coming in
with heels on too, just like Marlo.
Now here's
in the dust.
Here's the thing. I know they're not at the level of the Housewives of Dubai. Okay, because they truly wouldn't have come in with them sandals. Drew could have picked a better pair of shoes, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if the camera is following your shoes and your pants, the bottom.
You got on rusty feet and shoes.
Why would you not have a sharp pair of shoes? This is your moment to shine. This is your moment to pull out the nice kicks that you've been trying to get in the box, got the box.
You know why she didn't?
Why?
Because Bravo is the 7th character. She's called Shady. She didn't know they was going to zoom in on her feet.
You know
Bravo did that. In Love and Hip Hop, I forgot what's her name, the one that got the baby with Fetty Wap.
Okay.
She had on some heels, some open toe sandals, and her feet was crusty. And what's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about if y'all watch Love and Hip Hop. The one guy, they was arguing. And he said, that's why your feet are crusty and you need to scrape all that dry skin. And the camera zoomed in on her feet. No! And they made her walk out. No! And the camera followed her feet. So close up of her heel, all of that, while he was talking about her. No. So the camera people and the producers are shady.
Why would you go anywhere near a camera?
Thank you. With these kind of reality shows. Because these reality shows are shady.
They'll find a hole in your shirt.
And they'll zoom in on it. Do you know how many times I've seen them zoom in on holes on people's shirts?
Are you kidding?
Under their arm or right here. Yes, they shady.
That is shady.
Remember Ray J? See, you don't watch these shows. Ray J came to speak to somebody and he had a hat on. I don't know if y'all remember that on Love and Hip Hop. If anybody watched Love and Hip Hop. And it was cut, his hat was going different ways. So the way it was cut in the program, it was being sliced together and it didn't look right. Because 1 minute his hat was turned this way, 1 minute it was this way, 1 minute it was back like this, all in the same scene.
Why was it moving?
Because the way they was cutting the scene. So they cut those scenes like that. A person can say something and then they'll take, oh, you think you all that. Then they'll cut over to somebody saying, I know I'm all that. Even though in real life, they didn't say it like that.
Yes, I know that.
So they did that with Ray J, but they didn't, they messed up and the people in the audience caught it. Because his hat was like this, his hat was like this, his hat was turned like this. All in the same scene, not cut.
Come on.
Not even cut.
Come on, camera people. Come on.
So they did that to Drew. Showing up with those shoes and them rusty, dusty.
They zooming in.
Exactly.
It's like if you had the music playing like the
dun 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 dun. Yeah. A rusty shark showing up. That's what they did. It's like John showing up with missing teeth.
Right. The little things on his back.
He's gonna be nobody afraid of no shark with missing teeth. That's what they did. That's what they did.
Or he real little.
Yeah. That's what they did.
Okay.
They had John showing up with gaps in his mouth. Okay. Like what Drew gonna do with rusty feet?
I know. That was mean.
So that was the end of the show. Okay. She walks in and then Drew's here, whatever.
And that's how it is.
So the previews of what's coming up is Drew and Sonya obviously are arguing.
Yeah. And
Drew says Sonya ain't doing nothing but clout chasing. Now finally, Sonya says, I'm a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. You better recognize. She finally says, if anybody on this show is clout chasing, it's all y'all. I'm the one that's the Olympic gold medalist.
Okay, let's rewind. Even though you are, first of all, a lot of us, we don't follow Olympics track racing.
But the world does.
But here's the thing. I see both sides to this.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know you, Sanya. I don't know you.
Okay.
And even if I knew you, if you was like FloJo when she was alive, we knew FloJo.
Right.
Glamour and all, nails and the one-legged.
So in other words, you want to be FloJo. You want to have the medals.
You're not a FloJo.
You want to have the medals and you want to be recognized.
I don't know you.
Okay.
I don't know you. And you gonna put yourself in the same category as Candy? Burris?
Okay. No, yeah.
That's in Kenya? So,
Well,
and Drew, that's probably why she's doing it with Drew. But we got a little bit of Drew from the last season. So we know Drew now from the Chicago area, whatever. She didn't really need to say that. And I think the producers probably said, say that.
You need to say something.
Build your
So
your
we'll see
bio.
what is.
That's your bio, girl.
We're going to see what happens with this next week.
But
So
that don't mean that you need to, even though you are a 4-time Olympic gold medal, because it's not like, what's her name that does the gymnastics? Mm-hmm. Like, we all know her.
Yeah, the name recognition.
The name recognition. But Drew is right.
But the only reason
trying
why
to
you
promote
know,
your business.
but do you only reason why you know the black girl because of the hair thing, that whole hair scandal?
What?
With them talking about her hair being nappy and all this.
Well, no, I'm talking about the other one, the newer one. What's her name?
Well, I don't know
we
which
don't
one
even
you
know their
see.
names.
So they don't have.
They
no,
have 2 gymnastic
Oh,
black
I know
girls.
you're
This
talking
one is
about.
the newer one that's dating some guy now. That's
Oh, I know the one that's mixed.
yeah.
Okay.
No, she's not mixed.
Japanese and.
No,
and
that's a black girl. The recent
I thought
one.
she was Japanese and black.
No.
or something.
I don't think she's biracial.
Yeah, I think she is. She's
But
Asian.
y'all know who I'm talking. No, she's not Asian. She's a black girl. We have 2 major gymnastics that have won great a lot of gold.
All right, here we go. We're
So,
going to Google.
Google her. She's
I'm not
the-
telling you to Google
she's-
because you'll say it in the thing. Khloe Kardashian. You got to watch our Kardashian.
She said Google,
thing.
and that's how I Google. I don't type it. You
So what do I call Olympic?
Gymnastics gold medalist. In fact, she was the one that had the mental illness and wanted to sit out.
She dates
She dates a football
Cordo.
player.
She dates Cordo.
Who was Cordo?
Is that who you talking
I
about?
thought he was a football player.
Corday's
Okay.
girlfriend.
But
But
yeah,
oh no, I'm thinking of the. I might be thinking of the
The other one you was thinking.
I might be thinking of the tennis.
Oh,
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Her. This is who I'm
And
thinking
that's
of.
good that we. No, not her.
Okay, that's what I was thinking
no,
of.
we're in a different sport.
Naomi Osaki.
No, I know who
Okay.
you're talking about.
But who are you talking about?
Gymnastics.
Let me see.
She was in the
Female
most recent in the Olympics, and she sat out for one of them because she wasn't feeling well.
gymnastics.
They talking about us. They are talking about. Y'all can talk about us. 'Cause
What are
we
you
should
talking
know-
about?
We should know those names.
So what?
But it's funny because Drew is right. Even though you're a 4-time Olympic gold medalist or whatever, you trying to get your business up there. So yeah, you're gonna pull in the people that have the most followers, the most, the bigger audience. So yeah, Kenya, Candy. If Nene was on there, you'd be pulling Nene in. So sorry, Marlo.
Not Dominique.
Dominique.
Oh, is that who you talking about?
Dominique.
Oh, Dominique Dawes. Oh, I know her. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if she had a name like that, which we forgot.
But I know her name when you say it. If you say Dominique Dawes, I know her
You
name.
would know her name.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
So-
All right, so that was it, guys. That was the most we could muster out of this thing.
If this is going to go another season, you guys, I don't even know. How many years is
I'm
it?
not doing this next
Is this
season unless
14?
it picks up.
It would be Nene has to come back or something.
Something got to
I
happen.
thought she was still suing them.
I don't know. She probably is, so she's not coming back.
That's sad.
All right, y'all. So, do you have anything else? All right, y'all. So that was another Woods Report. See you next time.